All right, we've got another guy making his Cal press conference debut here. A little 10 minutes early. Gotta love that.
Gotta be
JT
early.
Byrne, local from Carmel. So we'll go ahead and take questions for JT. And he's not giving any golf advice.
No.
All right, we'll start with Jim McGill from Bear Insider. Go ahead, Jim.
So, would you say that it's an advantage coming from the football hotbed of Carmel?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a small town, man. And I think what's kind of cool about that is once you start kind of buying into this idea that you want to pursue this D1 dream, you can find a lot of resources around you because you have these connections in a small town. And obviously now being really close to home, it's awesome to be in touch with those guys, and being close to Carmel, it's awesome.
Yeah. So, Cal was involved with you, I guess, kind of late in your high school recruiting. So, was it a little bit of a foundation laid there where you had an idea prior to the portal what Cal was about?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know they've always. I mean, it's been such a great program, and the academic side, it's terrific academics. It's a great area. I mean, you can walk out and see the Golden Gate Bridge from the stadium, and that's one of a kind situation. And I think with all that being said, I knew a lot about the school just growing up really close to it, and talking to them a little bit in my recruiting in high school. So I was fired up to be able to come back home.
Can you talk a little bit about the dynamic working so far with Coach Plow and Coach Blesh? What's it been like? What's their philosophies like?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Plow is an awesome dude, and I think from him having the coordinator's perspective, it's really cool to be able to work with him along with Coach Blesh and Coach Spab. I mean, three coordinators in the offensive room. That's something that's really cool and unique. So it's a lot of creativity there, which I'm really excited about. And Plow loved using the tight end in his OC days. And I think that's something that's going to translate really well. And just the fact that they're great dudes, it makes it really easy to work with them. And no, it's a great environment, and I'm really excited to just keep it going through spring and through fall camp.
Great, thanks.
Okay, others with questions for JT? Don't let him off easy. He's got a lot to say.
I can add a couple more if necessary.
Go ahead, Jim.
So obviously with Coach Spavital coming in, it's going to be a different way of executing the Cal offense. You got a chance to see them a little bit earlier. Do you have a sense of how much things are going to change, and what are you expecting? What kind of a jump are you expecting out of this offense, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. My time at Oregon State, the offense was very similar to what it was last year at Cal. Kind of that pro style look, play action game, a lot of stuff in the run game that's really unique and dynamic. And I think what's really cool about this offense that we're stepping into is obviously the excitement of playing with tempo and playing with really good energy. And I think those are two really controllable things that you can have on the football field. And they're preached really heavily here, especially on the offensive side. And that's something I'm really excited to do, is just control what you can control and let these great minds that we have as coaches, just let them figure out how to use us in the best ways. And it's going to be super dynamic, and it'll be fun and explosive.
One question that a lot of Cal fans had: it's very rare for a team, especially in the Pac-12, to win without a lot of quarterback production. But Oregon State managed to do that last year. How did that happen?
I think you can kind of enter when you enter games with a certain belief that you are going to win that game. I really think it's that simple, especially in the Pac-12, because I feel like there isn't a lot that separates teams in the Pac-12 other than your belief to win. I think when you look at every single team in the Pac, they have explosive athletes, smart guys, good coaching staffs. So if you can have that internal belief that you're going to go out and win every single game that you play, and you're going to compete all four quarters, I really think that's what can separate you in a game, especially in the Pac-12.
Do you have the sense that attitude's starting to grow now with the reconfiguration of the staff?
100%. And I think that's something I'm really excited as a player to have that perspective, and seeing a lot of other players have that same perspective and understand that it's a 0-0 ball game when you start, and it's a 4-quarter fight, and a lot of games are won and lost in the fourth quarter. And seasons can change dramatically just by a span of 2 points here and there, or 2-3 points. And I think that's something that we really believe, especially with the work that we've been putting in the off season. It's going to translate into spring ball and into the fall. Just finishing every single rep and finishing what you originally started. I think it's going to translate really well this season.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, we've got Ryan Young with a question as well. Ryan from Rivals, go ahead.
Yeah, just in talking to Spav, he kind of framed it as kind of an ever-evolving offense, kind of figuring out what you guys are going to be. How much have you actually installed entering spring? How much of the offense is kind of in place?
That's funny coming in, learning the offense. From what I've heard, we still have a good amount to install. But at the same time, I think you can kind of get that base offense in and understand that this is kind of what you're going to be working off of. And then you can add little wrinkles here and there. And I think we got a majority of that in. And I think we're going to continue just to sprinkle in some stuff here and there throughout spring. And then obviously during the season, a lot of it comes based off your game plan for whatever team or whatever defense you're about to be playing. So it kind of just varies week to week. But I think right now we have a pretty good idea of what our base offense is going to be.
And with Sam Jackson coming in, what stood out to you about him and just the way he's approached kind of taking the reins of this thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's an explosive athlete, and you can see that right away, especially in the workouts that we've been doing and being able to work out with him. It's pretty cool to watch how athletic he is and how effortlessly he can throw the football too. I think that's something that's really cool that I've been seeing in routes. And he's really, really good dude, good leader. You can tell that he's getting familiar with the offense and taking command, and that's a fun thing to watch. And it's cool to be able to see that here and see an explosive athlete. And I'm excited to see what he does in the spring.